So the next step in the process now would be to create your federal tax ID number. Please take note that before you submit this form or start on this application form for your federal tax ID number, that you need to go through tax documents. You need to find out how you're going to prepare your taxes for the new business. One of the laws for starting a new business is when you create the new business, you have to pay taxes for that year that you open the business for. So because we're starting the business now, we have to make an estimated tax payment to the IRS for 2020. Again, we're starting the business in 2020. I have to submit an estimated tax payment to the IRS for the year 2020. Even though I'm not making any money, or if I do not make no money, I have to send a payment to the IRS. Please go through your tax documents before submitting the application for a federal tax ID number. The website for the federal tax ID number is only available and accessible Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., somewhere around those hours. That is the only time frame the website will be accessible for you to apply and file for your federal ID number. The tax forms that I'm going to be submitting on behalf of my business, I will include links inside the description of the video. I will provide information about these documents in another video. But right now, please make sure you review your tax information, how you're going to file your taxes before you submit the form for a federal ID number. So just a heads up, for myself and my LLC that we are doing for this purpose and through these videos, I will be filing my tax form papers as 1040-ES. So 1040-ES, which is a self-employment tax and deduction worksheet, along with the estimated tax worksheet. Again, mine is a 1040-ES. E as in Eric, S as in Sam. 1040-ES is the form that I will be submitting for my 2020 estimated taxes to the IRS. Along with my tax form 1040-ES, I will also include the form 1040 Schedule C, which is for profit or loss from business. Again, let me repeat that. I will be submitting, for my tax purposes, form 1040-ES and form 1040 Schedule C. These are my tax documents that I will be filing on behalf of the LLC that I'm showing you to create and going through this process with this LLC, which is a service provider LLC. Now that I have confirmed my tax forms that I will be filing, and I have my estimated tax sheet for the year 2020, that now I am ready to move forward with my form. I will provide the link to the website in the description. Again, I will provide samples and the forms that I've used for my tax purposes in the description. Now I will walk you through doing the application for a federal tax ID number. So starting now. And this is just to warn you that you're using a government website. So you want to click OK. Please note that this website and this form has a time session. This is a timer. If you leave your computer and step away, the computer will refresh. You will have to start the application all over again. This is a secured website. This is time sensitive. You start the form, you must complete the form within that one session that you started. Click OK. And now we're going to go ahead and begin the application. What type of legal structure is applying for the federal tax number? For me and my company, it's going to be the LLC. For you, it should be the LLC as well. If you're following my steps and going through these videos, you want to do LLC. Clicking on continue. First question is, how many members are in the LLC? It should just be one, yourself. The state where it's physically located, this is where you want to select your state, which again, for this purposes of this video and the LLC that I am creating, this is within the state of Virginia. Click on continue. So you will see there, it tells you Form 1040 for your tax purposes, as well as Schedule C, which is what I will be adding with my tax form as well too. This is just for informational purposes. You're going to click on continue. Now it's asking, why is the LLC requesting a federal tax ID number? Here we are going to select the option of beginning a new business. Started a new business, select this option if you are beginning a new business. Now you will fill out your information, as well as providing your personal social security number, and then you will be checking the box that I am the owner, member, or the managing member of this LLC. So now I'm going to fill in my information. I'm going to note in my social security number. I have checked the box, and then we're going to click on continue. And now that I've entered my information, again, check the box that I am one of the owners, members, or the managing member of this LLC. and then click on continue. Next question is, where is the LLC physically located? This needs to be the same address that you've already typed in for your registration of your LLC. Please remember to keep these addresses the same. Do not try to use different addresses. Do not try to change them up. Whatever one you use to submit the $100 and register your LLC name, use that same address here for getting your federal tax ID number. For the phone number, go ahead and enter in your personal phone number. Again, this is the IRS website. It is good to make sure that you have your personal information in there. So therefore, if they have any questions or need to reach you, they can reach you directly. You do not want this agency to be trying to find out how to get a hold of you regarding tax information regarding your business. Best to use your personal phone number and your personal address, filling out the federal tax ID number. I have now filled out my information with my address. The next question, do you have an address different from the above where you want your mail to be sent? No. This is only for people who are using multiple addresses, so therefore they need it sent to a different address. For our purposes, we will select no. You will enter in the same address you entered in on your registration for your business name when you submitted the $100. Click on continue. Now it's asking to verify your physical location. Based on what I entered, it said that they had a different address. So we're going to accept the database version. So I am going to click on the button to accept database version. Now the next question is to tell us about the LLC. So this is where you're going to get the information from your previous forms that you should have received upon completion of registering your business name for the LLC. So here I am going to type in my information, which is the legal name of my LLC. So I am just going to my legal documents, just going to copy my name as is, legal name of LLC, I will put it there. Now we have the trade name, doing business as, only if it's different from the legal name, so that should be all right there. We're going to work on trademarks after we complete the federal tax ID number and a state tax ID number. I will then show you information about trademarks and how to set that up. But right now we just want to use the name that you've gotten from your commission or from your paperwork of being completed, that your registered name for your business is done. The county where your LLC is located should be filled in. The state where your LLC should be located, again, should be Virginia. The state where articles of organization are filed. The state where the articles of organization are filed, that is going to be the same state of Virginia. The state where the LLC is located is Virginia. The state where articles of organization are filed will be Virginia. The start date, again, you go back to your certificate and you should have a date there effective July 24th is my date. So that's the date I'm going with, July 24th. So it's going to be July, and they only ask you for the year. They ask you for the month and the year. So go ahead and provide the month and the year. And again, for this purposes, my LLC, I have started this as of this month, July, as of this year, 2020. And now we're going to the next step. Click on continue. Now they want to tell us more about the LLC. Does your business own a highway motor vehicle with a taxable gross weight of 55 pounds or more? We're going to say no. Does your business involve gambling or wagering? We're going to say no. Does your business need to file Form 720, quarterly federal excise tax return? We're going to say no. That is excise tax. We are not in that business. Does your business sell or manufacture alcohol, tobacco, or firearms? No. Again, if this is your business and you are going to do things of this sort, please take note that these videos that I've put together do not go into detail regarding permits, regarding regulations, regarding sales or manufacturers of certain products or items. You will need to do your additional own research regarding your licenses and permits and regulations regarding any kind of sale of products regarding alcohol, tobacco, or anything else. If you're selling anything, you need to make sure you go through the licenses and permits for your state and county area, so you know what you will be, what you need to apply for to make sure that you are covered for all regulations. The next question: do you have or do you expect to have any employees who will receive Forms W-2 in the next 12 months? So do you have or do you expect to have any employees who will receive a W-2 in the next 12 months? We do not have one at the moment. We will be treating ourselves, which we are the owner, we will treat ourselves as employees once we get into business operations. But until then, for now, do you have or do you expect to have any employees who will receive a W-2 form in the next 12 months? No. Make sure you write no. For all my questions, I have selected no. Hopefully all your answers to these questions should be the same as no. We can click on continue for the next. Next question: what does your business or organization do? Choose one category that best describes your business. Click the underlining links for additional examples. Choose one category that best describes your business. This is what you will be selecting for your business, which again, this also entails and will come down and relate to an industry code. You need to look up an industry code to understand your different industries. I will provide a link inside of the video description with information regarding industry codes and looking up different type of industries. But I have done my review for the industry lookup. I am familiar with the industries. I know what industry I am going to select for this business and for this purpose of this LLC being started in the videos. Now I go down. And as you can see, my type of service for my industry or for my category is not listed in this list. They have accommodations, constructions, finance, food service, healthcare, insurance, manufacturing, real estate, rental and leasing, retail, social assistance, transportation, warehousing, wholesale. I am going to select other. And always remember that when you're filling out these forms for your business, never make your business specific to one thing. Always keep in mind of making your business more broad. When you're doing industry and words, putting together the words for your business, always think of keeping your business broad. There is more than one thing that your business can do. So do not limit your business to one specific area. For me, I am in IT. I am doing services. Therefore, I am choosing other because my category is not listed. So I click on other, and now I'm clicking on continue. Because I have chosen other, is the next question. Please choose one of the following that best describes your primary business activity. And you would see now that I have the option for service. That is where you want to click on for service provider. We provide a service. That is what I am doing for the purposes of my video that I am showing you here. It is for a service providing LLC. If you are intending to do products or transportation or anything outside of that, you need to look more deeply at permits and regulations on those industries and those services. Now, you can do minimal transportation, you can do minimal services under the service category. Just do not make your business full-fledged transportation, full-fledged product or merchandising selling. You can still do those things under one LLC, even though your business is categorized as a service. If you do merchandising and products, you have to do UCC, where you have to get those products and merchandise registered as well. So just to make sure you know, you can still do an LLC service providing business and still be able to do some little transportation services, some little selling of a product or merchandise. If this is your product or merchandise, please note you need to file UCC, and you need to know about product coding and making sure that your products are meeting regulation. So therefore, you're selling them under your business name and you don't have any issues regarding regulation. So for this purposes of this LLC and the video I am showing you, this is for a service providing LLC. I have selected the service for my category. I am now clicking continue. The next question is, you have chosen other service. What is the primary service you provide? This is where you want to stay broad. Do not keep it specific. My primary service I provide is IT, information technology. That is as broad as I can keep it, because that can cover from fixing a computer to building a network to running wires to helping with apps, through helping with a resume, through helping with finding a job for people, helping with filling out forms for people, helping to do anything of that sort that I can broadly put it under information technology. It is a broad category. It is a broad type of service to provide, and I can throw in anything of that sort of service I can fit into that category will always justify my business and my industry. I provide services. I provide a certain type of service, which is information technology, but because that is a broad category, I can fit all types of jobs and services that I can do for customers under that title of information technology. If you need help with coming up with understanding your industry and how to come up with a broad name and not something specific that's going to gear you into certain things for your business, please reach out to me, email, reply back to me. You should know how to reach me. I will make sure to leave information for you as well. And of course, you can always email the business, Marco Polo IT Services at gmail.com. You've seen me create it. You've seen it's official. You can always reach me. Please note, keep your category broad. So I'm going to information technology, clicking on continue. How would I like to receive your EIN confirmation letter? Pretty much, how would you like to receive your federal ID number? You have two options. You can receive the letter online, or you can receive the letter by mail. Mail taking about 4 weeks, and if you do it online, it can be ready immediately. I am checking on the option to receive my letter online because I can print it. I have a printer. Make sure you have a printer with you going through this process because you do need to print documents. You do also need to have a file folder because you do need to be organizing these files and these documents that you are getting back that are legal documents and legal responses to your documents from these agencies. So best keep a file folder, keep all your paperwork in there, so that way you at least have something as you move forward through this business process. And again, this is information that you need to keep because we will be using the information to create and put into the business plan. So please pay attention to everything you are doing. Please keep records of everything you are doing. I selected receive letter online. I am now clicking on the next button to continue. It will now review my information, my address, all my answers, my category, and the last of the options. I'm making sure my social security number is in there, starting a new business, and they strongly recommend you print the summary page for your records. So we're going to go ahead and print this as well. So go ahead and print this page. It's just one page, so go ahead and do a print on that page. Confirm that my page has printed. Now I'm going to submit. And my submission has went through. And you will see that I have already been assigned my federal tax ID number. And now I'm going to also click to print it. So you have a link there to print. Now you have your federal ID number. You want to print this as well. And this is going to be a 2-page document. So go ahead and print both pages. Go ahead and save your federal tax ID number. All right. So once you have it saved, make sure you save it, make sure you print it, and you have officially created your tax ID number for your LLC. The information through there is something that you can read, so you are aware of it. Anytime you have some issues or questions about this, you can also reach the IRS office. If you do, you can close that window now that you have your number. You can also click on continue. I am just going to copy this information so I can put it in my notepad with my notes as well. Click on continue, and then it gives you more information about your next steps. And this is just information about your forms and information about if you need to make corrections. You do so in writing. Click on continue again, and you have used the IRS tax assistant tool. This has completed the process of creating a federal tax ID number. You saw how fast that was. It's just that quick that I now have my federal tax ID number, and now I move on to my state tax ID number. You cannot submit your state tax ID application form until you have your federal tax ID number. Now that I have it, I can move forward. Please be on the lookout for the next video, which should be for the state tax ID. Right now, this was just a video to show you how to create your LLC federal tax ID number, EIN. It is created. It is official.